Crisis Officer 5000, Jeremiah Yachty, Camp Leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025. Starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's flag. April the 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Community Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. And no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom. Welcome to Atlanta. Crisis Officer 5000, Jeremiah Yachty, Camp Leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025. Starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's class. April the 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Community Junior Honor.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. And no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
Prison reform activists rallying in Harlem, continuing to demand justice for Robert Brooks after his death at Marcy Correctional Facility in December. The 43-year-old inmate could be seen on body cam footage being beaten by more than a dozen corrections officers before his death.
Absolutely unacceptable. It shows just how systemic racism is still embedded in all of our institutions. I'm tired of watching, other Black people get murdered on camera.
While 13 of those staff members have been suspended without pay and another staff member resigned, demonstrators say they want the consequences to go even further. They're calling for arrests. Standing outside 125th Street and 7th Avenue, ralliers chanted and called on Governor Kathy Hochul to permanently close the prison, turning it into a memorial designated Robert Brooks Park. They're also pushing for law enforcement officials to charge the 14 staff members involved.
Arrest them at least for the assault. Hold them until you get the medical exam and then upgrade it to murder. They won't even do that. What they're telling us, what the system and the state of New York is telling us, we don't care about Black people.
Days after the incident, New York Attorney General Letitia James released the body cam footage showing the shocking scene, a group of corrections officers kicking and punching Brooks while handcuffed. The results of Brooks's autopsy have not been made public, but preliminary findings from a medical examination indicate his cause of death as asphyxia due to compression of the neck. New York Attorney General Letitia James has appointed a special prosecutor to investigate the incident. Governor Hochul also directed the Department of Corrections and Community Supervision to terminate the individuals involved, which includes corrections officers, sergeants, and a nurse. But many at the rally say that's not enough.
It's been 52 days, and those correctional officers are still enjoying their family. We want accountability. We want transparency. We want those cops and the nurses to be held responsible.
Ooh, early times.
Hey, out of Wanyam. Like y'all?
Good. Go ahead, brother. Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Shy out. Get this nigga out of here, man.
Hey, what y'all doing, man? I thought we was going to the Lord's only Passover, 2025, April 12th. I'm gonna be there. Y'all niggas lame as hell.
Niggas in the world traumatized, trying to buy a trip off a nigga. But when keeping shows coming, keep these hoes running hill for a change, he'll fly. But I gotta keep my fly swat on me, cause these knack bitches lying.
Welcome to Atlanta. Practice Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025. Starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's flag. April the 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Community Junior Honor.
Our great and holy King have honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. There's no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes, seeing their faces, and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through, and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Love.
You see that oil? Hey, let me, hey, Tyler Doc, I want to do the honors. There's a lot I can say about this brother here, but like I said earlier, words won't do it no justice. Right. All right, so we're gonna let the oil do the talk. By the power invested in me by the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Command and General Yohana, I now raise you to the rank of a captain of 13,000. Congratulations. Congratulations, Captain. We're going to do the anointing prayer. Just a minute up here. Repeat after me. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamaraka.
Wayashamaraka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
All you come.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yohana, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
it up, Akim. Clap it up, Most High in Christ. Here we are tonight. Commanding General Yohana will be here shortly. I believe we have General Mayas on the line. Am I wrong? Chicago is on the line. Is that correct? Chicago is on the line with us tonight. We're also here with General Hazayan. Give him a hand. Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Iba. Well done. Get it on in here tonight. Listen, we're going to go through all of the stories of today. We're going to let you know to look up, Haas.
That's right, sir.
Wherever you are in this planet, you better start looking up because there are incompetent white men in charge of the government now. You see, before you had a government where you could push and protest to force white people to allow some competent Hispanics into the government. You could protest enough, complain enough to force white people to allow some competent black people into the government. But the white man, in his infinite wisdom, has decided to have a completely incompetent white government. And you're seeing the effect of it right now. Since Thursday's class, I think there's been 10 plane malfunctions.
Yeah, it's been a lot, General.
In 2 days, there's been 10 of them. Right now in Philadelphia, you better look up because there's planes dropping from the sky. People are sitting out there at my LA Fitness house. I don't like that shit. I know I asked the Lord to destroy America, but damn, don't destroy it where I eat at. I forgot to say that part in my prayer. I said, let loose all the terrorists. I should have said, let loose all of them everywhere that I don't work out. Because that's what I meant. Come to find out, he let them loose where I drink my coffee and eat my damn breakfast and go to the gym. Jesus Christ, you better praise the Lord. You better thank the Most High, and you better keep his commandments, because while you're trying to avoid a cop from killing you for nothing, while you're trying to avoid child support court, while you're trying to avoid drugs and to make sure your children come home without being molested, you also better look up because there's planes dropping from the sky.
They got me with my dad on sunroof, fella. I had to open it up. I'm like this ride. I'm looking at everybody right here. I go like this here, look up, Lord, ride, look up.
Lord have mercy. I ain't like looking on the news and seeing where I sit at, my chair. I sit in the same chair everywhere I go out. I sit with my back to the wall, facing the door. Some fool sitting 2 chairs above mine got a plane sprocket through his forehead. I said, man, Lord, let me make my prayers more specific next time. Don't let it happen there. I mean, good Lord, once again, you're in the Most High's hands every day. Don't you understand that the things that you relied on, the things you trusted in, are no longer reliable and can no longer be trusted?
That's right.
You can't do it. You're going to have to finally have faith in the Most High God. And that faith is only realized through obedience to the Lord our God.
Yep.
We're going to go into all the plane crashes tonight. We're going to go into the Grammys tonight. Everyone out there, Beyonce won, so there's no need of protest tomorrow. Beyonce won, everybody. So you don't have to protest tomorrow because Beyonce won. How's it? Beyonce did not win the Grammy yesterday. Jay-Z, the god of all want-to-be rich men, would have called for a nationwide protest against the Grammys because his wife did not get a 25th Grammy. Jay-Z won, so everyone can live normally tomorrow. There's no need for protest, all right? We'll go into the Grammys. Also, with Commanding General Yohana's permission tonight, if I run out of time, I'll do it on Thursday. I will show you the direct correlation between the poor treatment of musicians and white people that support Donald Trump. Listen carefully. There is an exact correlation between musicians and rappers and singers who support the music industry and white people that support Donald Trump. I will show you that correlation tonight, Lord allow. All right? Yediah, let's get into it. Let me know if Chicago is up, and please let me know when Commanding General Yohana is on. All right? Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Trump says he will send the worst criminal illegal aliens to Guantanamo Bay.
Let me tell you what Donald Trump just did. Donald Trump opened up Guantanamo Bay in Cuba to house the worst of the illegal aliens. You know what they are, house. You know, that brother picking oranges outside.
Mm-hmm.
The sister on the side of the sidewalk selling mangoes chopped up with a little spice on top. That's the worst illegal aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's not talking about the Chinese or the people from India who are Russian spies.
Woo!
They're Russian spies.
Yes,
Those people in Chinatown are Russian spies. Those Pakistanis in England are Russian spies. They won't be at Guantanamo Bay, you die. No. That's talking about Jose, who sells mangoes in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be at Guantanamo Bay. Donald Trump's idea of what a criminal is skewed because Donald Trump is a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell does Donald Trump have the gall to call anyone a criminal while he is a 34-count felon? It must be amazing to be white out. Times like this, I go, being a white man, I really don't even understand being a white man. I try to understand it. But I remember being so terrified to put in a resume because of my record. I remember that. I remember going, I can't even put my name on this piece of paper. I remember thinking that I would get arrested for handing it in. I remember that feeling. Like if I hand this shit in, when I come for the interview, the cops are going to be there.
Right.
I remember that feeling.
Right.
Can you imagine being a 34-count felon and saying, we got to stop crime?
Mm-hmm.
We got to put the worst felons in Guantanamo. Trump belongs in Guantanamo Bay. He's a criminal, but he is a hypocrite. And because he's an incompetent white man, he gets to be president of the United States. But if you sell mangoes on the street corner, you're going to Guantanamo Bay. Guess what happened? I was bringing it out earlier about Guantanamo Bay. What were you telling me, Haas?
I was waiting for that. The water, sir. The water, sir. Okay, during the war on terror, right? Guantanamo Bay was the place where they put all the I don't say well known, but all the terrorists that was a real threat.
Mm-hmm.
They put them in Guantanamo Bay. Everybody know about it, right?
Yeah.
Guess who runs Afghanistan right now? Guess who in leadership power in Afghanistan? All the ones they put in Guantanamo Bay right now run Afghanistan.
That's right.
They got out and got in leadership positions. So what's the point? Like, what's the whole point of all? You say you're going to put the worst of the worst over there, then they stay there for a while, and then next thing you know, they run the country again. And it don't make no sense, you know? I don't get it.
Well, once again, there's incompetent white men in charge of the government now. What you need in this government is some Hispanics. That's what you need. You need some Hispanics. You damn sure need some Hispanics piloting these planes. Shout out to Officer Lahab out of North Carolina. Give him a hand. Right. Officer Lahab. Officer Lahab is La Raza, the chosen people of God, the tribe of Issachar, Tribos La Issachar. And his son is training to be a pilot, like a young pilot, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yashakar, we need you to pilot these planes. We need you to go to pilot school and learn to fly these planes because these white people are terrible at flying planes, including Amelia Earhart. You know what? They killed Kobe too, Haas.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that, you die?
Yeah.
These white men killed Kobe. Yeah. You killed Kobe, white people. Yeah. Kobe Bryant had some white pilot piloting his helicopter who flew the helicopter too goddamn low into the smoke of the California fires. You incompetent white pilots killed Kobe. You killed him. And you killed Richie Valens back in the 1950s. You don't know who in the hell Richie Valens is. That's La Bamba Haas.
That's right.
That's the Yashakarite brother that wrote La Bamba. I forget the words there. La Bamba para what's dance in Spanish? Bailar? Para bailar La Bamba. This is how you dance La Bamba. You killed Richie Valens in the 1950s. Some white pilot who didn't know enough not to fly a plane in the goddamn snowstorm. Can you imagine that? White men think they can do anything, Hans.
Yes, they do.
Haas, they killed Aaliyah. You were going to say that, you died. You mother effers, you killed Aaliyah. You died. I'm going to go home. You white pilots killed Otis Redding. You killed Otis Redding. You killed Aaliyah. You killed Kobe. You killed them. You killed Richie Valens. You killed them. You incompetent white pilots. Now, what do? You kick every white pilot out of the white man's military, out of the white man's air pilots and airplane unions. Now the planes are dropping from the sky. You better get some competent Hispanics behind the wheels of these airliners. You better get some competent Hispanics, some competent black people behind the wheels of these planes. You die.
If I could, sir, what you're saying is so heavy. That's the other side of DEI and critical race theory. You don't want to teach about the Tuskegee Airmen who did not lose a pilot.
A plane, a bomber, not one.
Khan.
You don't, Brock, say, hell, why y'all was shot? No, they don't want that. Well, hey, no sweat. Look up. I'm looking out now. I'm looking at my coffee in the diner like this. Dang, this all right? Not today, Lord. I know I asked for it, but not now. That ain't what I meant. The Lord probably confused me with what I'm saying. I don't mean while I'm sitting there. I mean while they sitting there, not while I'm sitting there. I ain't gonna sit. You just did it right. They're gonna say I caused the damn plane crash. The sister is correct. She, my knee. Listen, go ahead, you done.
If I could, sir, I remember your class vividly. I believe it was that Thursday. And you said right there on that Thursday class in Harlem, because of what's going on with Issachar and what you're doing, that planes were going to start falling out the sky.
Most High in Christ, listen, I don't know why the white man wants to like this. The real correlation between music business and the whites-only government today. I'll make that correlation. Please, you die. You can give me a cop one until you think we should
sir.
Stories.
Alabama police sued after viral video shows officer using a taser on a handcuffed man.
Here we go. Go ahead, let's see this story real fast. Explain it to me too while Morale is grabbing it up, please.
A man in Alabama filed a $20 million federal civil rights lawsuit on Tuesday, alleging a police officer repeatedly used a taser on him while he was detained and compliant in handcuffs.
So you telling me this is a Judite, a black man? He's in handcuffs, he's detained, and the cop just starts tasing him? The cop starts tasing him, and we have video of this?
Sir.
And the cops just start tasing him. This is who's in charge of the federal government now, Haas. If you've seen the police force, let me give you, if you've heard about these stories in policing since Emmett Till, right? Yeah. White police officers are incompetent. You don't see that? They don't stop crime. All they do is create more lawsuits. That's what they do. Because a white cop is ruled by his own prejudices and his own fear. His fear and his prejudice makes him a bad cop. He can't be a good cop because he's so emotional. White cops are too goddamn emotional. Instead of just doing the job and arresting criminals and just staying out of the way so that people can live their lives, make money, and take care of their children, he gets in the cop car every day and he's trying to exercise his anger at his wife and his drinking problem and his anger at the fact that he didn't get a promotion and these black people make more money than he has. His prejudice and his insecurity. White cops are scared every damn day. They're terrified. They're scared of black people and jealous of black people at the same time. Haas.
Gentlemen, I remember one time we was me and my ex-partner, we had a ceremony, award ceremony, right? We had them yearly, and we there and we get these awards and everything. I think I got like about 9, he got like 8 awards. Mm-hmm. And the whole crowd was cheering, yeah, all these awards and stuff. We had guns and just different things, different awards, right? And at the time, I invited my mother-in-law, father, everybody came through, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody came through and everything. We taking pictures and everything. My mother-in-law was like, boy, come here. So what's up, Ma? She said, you better, I see you smiling. You did a good job, but you better watch your back out here. That's what she's talking about. She said, now, one of your peers out here, all them Edomite cops, I'm saying Edomite so y'all can understand.
Yeah. White people.
White people, not one of them in a uniform clapped for you. You got your awards. The look they gave you like they wanted to kill you. She said, boy, you better be careful here. I said, Mama, I already know. Like, I already knew what was going on. And to what you say is so real. Let me tell you something. A lot of people talk that, and a lot of y'all have this so-called wall up, but you are afraid to realize the truth. What General Hyman says exists. It is there. Y'all know it. But because of your job, you're afraid to lose some money, or you're afraid to be ostracized, you are too scared to speak on it. But it is real. Every person that put a badge on or put a uniform on in service of this country went through what I went through when I got them awards. Every last one, and you know it's real. And you can't deny it. You can try that crap all you want. You can say what you want to say. I ain't trying to. I was on all sides of it. From the military to the law enforcement side, I seen it, and it's real.
Alawapanya. All right.
Y'all must not separate the call. What up?
General Yohana, do you want to say anything?
No, I'm just listening to Haas. Y'all go ahead, General. You jump in a second.
Colonel Montgomery.
For water.
Yeah, that was it, General. It just is what it is. So that shit is real. Like that's you know, that's real.
Yeah. I mean, okay, and to my white friends out there, I know you don't want to face this, but I'm going to just tell you the truth about having a good government. Here's what is actually true. There should be no white cops. None. Every cop should be Black and Hispanic. Every last one. We are just genetically better at being protectors. That's just it. And it's sad, and I hate to hurt your feelings. I know you're fragile, you white people out there. You're fragile. But I'm telling you the truth. Let me tell you how deep it goes. Not only are Blacks and Hispanics better at being cops in Black neighborhoods and Hispanic neighborhoods, Blacks and Hispanics would be better cops in white neighborhoods. Because we are not afraid of white people, so we wouldn't shoot them because they moved. We wouldn't shoot them because they looked funny, because we're not afraid of white people. So we would give them just pure professional policing. We would do that. You should not be in a position of power. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Nothing against you. You're just not built to be a protector. You're too naturally selfish and afraid and jealous to be someone's protector. And I'm just telling you that out of kindness. So you don't have to bankrupt some city's finances with getting billions of dollars in lawsuits or kill my brothers because of your jealousy and fear. That's all. I'm trying to help you the best.
Listen, what you're saying is so on point and correct. And one time we had a cat call for backup, right? He had a call, and this was a car stop. Can I get backup? And I'm like, what the fuck? Whoa, I took off. I was down by a truck. I took off, man. I flew. Lights and sirens, we flying in. And when we get to the stop, I look, I said, this mother. You know what that was for?
Go ahead.
Nothing. It wasn't nothing going on. I mean, he had it almost went to a double assist. Triple assist the whole city coming, right? But it went to a double assist because his words,
the way he was talking on the radio.
And we get there, the supervisor, we looking at him like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. He looking at us like, what's wrong with y'all? We like, I was like, man. And afterwards, we had a talk. I said, listen, man, don't you ever do that again. Like, you can't do that. Like you said, it's like, what you scared? Like, okay, if you're that scared, why take the job? Right. What's the point?
Right.
What's the point? You know what I mean? And when you take that oath, and it's for everybody, man. When you take that oath, you better honor that oath, man. Oath, I honor my oath. When the time was done, it was done. I came in here, I took my oath. I'm honoring my oath when I came, honoring my oath that comes to the Lord and the ISUPK. When you take an oath, honor that goddamn oath and stop lying on people and stop doing corrupt things against people, man. Honor your oath you took. When you took that oath and they put that badge in your chest, it's supposed to mean something to you.
Let's play the video. Are we ready? Sir, please.
Stand up. Right there on the front of the car. Stay straight.
I ain't doing. I got good right there. I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying what you saying? Oh yeah, for. I'm not. Oh my God. Okay. Oh down. Oh my. Oh my God. Oh God.
No, again. Shut the if you was big and bad, shut your up.
Dang. And that's the Edomite.
Listen to this. Okay. I mean, here we go. Is that the kind of policing we're going to endure for another 200 years? You white people, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm your friend, white people. You can't be cops. Either you're going to shoot us because you're so incompetent, you get the gun out of our pocket, you're going to shoot us in the leg because you're some incompetent airhead and you don't know what you're doing, or you'll kill us on purpose. You'll just do it on purpose. The next story we're going to go over. You'll just do it. You'll do it because you're feeling everything. You're trying to prove that you're tough. You're trying to prove you're not just a woman. You can be tough. He was big and bad, so you got to stick it to him. Maybe you got in an argument with your boyfriend. Maybe your drunk white man with his wife beater shirt on punched you in the face before you went to work. Maybe your husband isn't paying your child support. Maybe you're angry about something and you want to take it out on the big black man who you're arresting, who's crying on the roof of a car because he doesn't even understand why he's being treated with such cruelty because he's not a criminal. He doesn't get why you're doing this. He doesn't understand it. White people, out of kindness, you should stop trying to run things. You should stop being in charge. If you are offered a position of power, turn it down. Now, I'm trying to help you now. If you're offered a position of power, this is to my white friends out there, say no. Did you see the people Donald Trump put up to run the government house? It looks like a sketch on Saturday Night Live. He got white supremacists up there, full of tattoos. He got some Indian man that is clearly on cocaine. Okay, I know. He's on cocaine. This Indian man, his eyes are bugged out of his head. He's some Indian named Patel who is on cocaine at the hearing. You got some woman who's a Russian spy who's going to be something. White people, if Donald Trump offers you a position, say, with all due respect, sir, I must decline because I'm an idiot. Please, you die.
And Muhammad, let me can I just add something to this? The thing that's egregious about this every day is the constant stripping of black men's spirit. Like what she did to him on that car was just, he shouldn't have cried, number one. He should have just dealt with that shit on to death if he have to, just to not give that animal the sophistication. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I don't know if her daddy molested her or, they did the usual trailer trash move on her. And now they gave her a uniform. She's ready to be a man and act like she's, Billy Badass. When no nation on this planet could take on the lost 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's right.
The lost 12 tribes of the children of Israel get called up by the Lord. Nobody could come up against them. The only reason that brother, damn right, the only reason that brother's in that state he's in is because he's still up under these punishments, man, and under this hell. And it's a constant pulling down of our spirits, which is more proof that we should separate from them. Like there should be no white police officers policing us because we don't need to be nowhere near them. Like that's going to be the greatest solution that we ever come up with is when we start to gravitate away from these animals, man. Right. Because they don't know, like they rule in the world only because the Lord put them in that position because of our sin.
That's it.
But like you said, they are the most incompetent, most emotional, do it as we go. You know what white people are good at? They good at fronting. They're good at fronting like they run things and know what they're doing. Meanwhile, they don't know what the hell they doing. They done sent Elon Musk into the government. This clown goes into the treasury and takes over the damn treasury and tells all the people to go home, and then called a USA, which is a government institution, been a government institution almost 100 years. He said they're a bunch of murderers and it's time for them to die. They're like, that's the clowns they really got. And that he's the one, he's coming out with it. But that's how all the Edomites think. You know what I mean? That's how all of them think. So like you said, they should never be in charge. And we should be doing everything we can for them to not be in charge of us. We need every avenue, all our networks, everything to go with us and our brothers so that we have minimal interaction with them, and you will watch them dissolve in the earth. They could never have become the number one superpower on the earth if the Lord had not just, did everything possible to get them to that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Y'all,
That's right. That's just the damn truth.
It's the straight, man.
Commanding General Yohana is saying is going to run through every story. Every story is going to confirm what Commanding General Yohana just said. Come. Go ahead, Yediah. Doing the Grammys. Should we do it now, Marah? We'll do a big story or wait one more? I would probably go to the other cop one. Let's do the other cop one.
You're going to kill me. Newly released videos show unarmed black man's final words before Michigan deputies killed him in a hail of bullets after accusing him of a crime with no evidence.
Like we could just do this story every week. Every week for all of my life. Every week for all of your father's life and your grandfather's life. Every week. With all of these cops, and the cops, they said the cops were going to get defunded. The cops got more money. Their pay got raised. Their training got raised. They got more cash.
And they got more aggressive.
And they got more aggressive. Nothing changes at all. And here's the important part to understand about America. Nothing has to change. That's the hidden part. Changing how the police do things is not necessary. Because they do it. They do it too. Do we have video for this story? Okay, please, can you let me know when it's up, all right? Yediah, go ahead.
A Michigan sheriff's office finally releases body and dash cam videos of shooting death of Tony Cox, an unarmed 33-year-old black man who was shot and killed after he was pulled over for running a stop sign and accused of being involved in a shots fired call week earlier.
There was no evidence of that. It never happened. It was a suspicion. So the thing that he did do, I hope, is at least run the stop sign with a cop. I don't know if he even did that, but you would hope that at least ran a stop sign because he died for this. This is how he died. This is the story of some child's father's death. Some woman lost her husband because he ran a stop sign. Whenever you're ready, Marah. Keep going, Yediah.
Khan. They essentially just guessing, said Joel Scholar in a telephone interview with the Atlanta Black Star, who is the attorney representing the Cox family in the wrongful death lawsuit.
You know how just guessing. You know, they pulled him over. He could have been involved in that shooting that happened last week. Could have been. That's what Donald Trump said when the plane crashed, didn't he? The plane crashed. Now he's the president, Haas. Donald Trump says, well, this was caused because of DEI. That's why this plane crashed. The reporter said, do you have any evidence that this was caused because of race? He said, no, I don't, but it could have been. Oh, shit. Okay. Could have been. Could have been because the pilot was drunk, right? Could have been. Could have been because the pilot had a heart attack. Could have been. Could have been because an alien took the pilot in midair. Could have been. Could have been anything. So because it could have been, he goes and tells everyone that this is blacks and Hispanics' fault that this plane crashed. That is what police have been doing for 200 years. You fit the description. Could you be the man we're looking for? Could be. Could be you, right? You could have been the one that talked to that girl or whistled at that woman, Emmett Till. Could have been you. Could have been you involved in that robbery last month. Could have been you. And that guessing gets our brothers killed. That guessing. That is incompetence. That's not professional. That's not educated. That's just, he's dumb. He's just stupid. And he's allowed to be stupid. They prefer them to be stupid. You die, Marah. Go ahead.
Get on the ground! Stop moving!
91, shots fired. Hold it there. 91, shots fired.
Let me see your hands!
Wait, shots fired. Hey, where's your gun? I don't, he fucking pointed. I don't know what it was. Quiet.
You got where's the gun? You got the gun?
We don't have nothing yet. Okay, we have both hands, so throw them over, get the gun out, and get under them. You got the gun? No. And I got it. You got it? You got the gun?
No, I got the wound.
You got it?
Yep.
He's got a wound. Oh. Hello. How are you?
How about you?
Not too bad. You got your driver's license registration on you?
What's going on?
Oh, you just didn't stop at the stop sign there when you're coming out of Carrot Circle is all.
Rolling stuff.
Yeah. Any firearms in the vehicle I need to be aware of?
No,
nothing like that? Nothing. Well, there was a little backgrounds. There was a shots fired in Carrot Circle like last week. And then someone said they saw your car leaving there. So that's why I was asking.
My car?
Yeah, this kind of car like this. So. You might turn the car on?
I'm scared. So
oh, you're okay. Just go ahead and just follow my instructions, okay? Just go ahead and turn the car off.
Why?
Just because I'm asking you to.
I'm saying my lawyer said I don't got to do that.
Your lawyer did not say that.
I'm saying, why do I have to turn my?
Because I'm asking you to. I can ask anybody to do that, okay? I'm legally able to do that. All right. So can you just shut the car off for me? My man, don't do that.
Get back in the car. He's getting ready to go.
My man, don't take off. Just relax. Just shut the car. Okay.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna blow out your window.
Just relax.
Turn off the car, or I'm blowing out your window.
Okay.
Blow out. Turn off the car.
You gonna kill me?
No, I'm gonna break your window out.
Tommy, get your car in front.
Yeah.
Tommy, pull your car in front.
Yeah. Mike.
Come on.
It is confirmed it is a vehicle wanted for shots fired. We have a pit. We're trying to box the vehicle in.
Hands up! I will fucking shoot you! Stop moving!
91, shots fired. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Put your fucking hands up right now! Put your... Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
So here we go again. They'll wait for the whole story to come out. And this is something that, once again, if you interact with a cop, you cannot be scared. These stories that come out every day will make you afraid. Like, what are you supposed to do? Every day you're going to hear about a cop who murders someone at a traffic stop. Before you know it, you'll be terrified at a traffic stop. You'll feel like you have to run. You'll feel like you have to leave to not be killed. Because, sorry.
And if I could, General, if I could add to what you're saying, and what I'm about to tell you is from firsthand experience. Growing up in the Bronx, you know, I talk about it all the time. That what happens is after a while, after they keep stopping you after a while, the worst part is that you lose the fear. And once you lose the fear, at first you be afraid. These cops always stopping you, these lights flashing behind you. But what happens is after a while, you lose the fear. And when you lose the fear, it's really worse for you because that's when you'll say or do whatever, and that's what could get you killed. You know what I mean? Like after a while, the cop will pull you over, and you'll be like, "What the fuck you pulling me over for now?" Excuse my French. You'll start to mouth off on this cop because you feel so violated from the constant harassment and the constant attacks by these animals. Obviously, some car looks similar to his car, not even the same make and model as his car.
Right.
And because it's gray, really, they pulling him over because it's gray and he's a black man in it. And so especially if you don't have the truth, you're just gonna become, hostile. And you'll be saying all kinds of stuff to them cops. Then you think about it later, you be like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. But in the moment, it's like they beat your manhood away from you so much that you just get to a point where you got to have your manhood back. Like you get to a point where this cop, this white boy can't punk me no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's just human nature. And they know it. They got all kinds of psychologists that look into this and all that. Like even a dog, you kick that dog enough, he's going to fight back eventually. If he can't figure out how to comply so that you don't kick him,
right?
And then he's gonna fight you back because he thinks that's what you asking for. And it's the same with a human being. You abuse that person enough, you start getting pulled over 10, 20, 30 times a year, 40, 50 times a year, every 3 days, every other day. You start getting pulled over that much out. That's how it was in the Bronx when I was coming up. Every time you came out the house, they was watching every vehicle that came out of the neighborhood, and was pulling it over, pulling cars over constantly, and not in a nice way. Like even the way these cops are way, way different than New York and LA cops are. I don't know about Chicago so much, but New York and LA cops back then, they was rude, nasty, disrespectful, mad, ridiculous, aggressive. They didn't even back then. If he pulled you over and said turn the car off, and you didn't turn the car off immediately, he would go in and get you out the car. He wouldn't even ask you nothing. He wouldn't say. They do that more now because there's cameras.
Right.
So they got to have a little decorum in how they do it, so that they don't get immediate lawsuit. But back in the day, these people terrorized the Lord's 12 tribes and terrorized the man as much and as often as they wanted to. And so I know now with all the videos and all of that out, people get that fear in the beginning. But you should be more afraid when we lose that fear. If I could tell this story right quick, I don't know if anybody could pull this up, but just recently, I believe it's in Illinois. There's an incident where a white female cop. First of all, let me tell you the story real quick, and hopefully somebody find it. This sister went into Walmart with her daughter, her 6-year-old daughter. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
She went into Walmart with her 6-year-old daughter. Right, bought a big screen TV. Was on her way out the store with the TV in the shopping cart. Dropped the receipt. Got to the guy at the door, and the guy was like, "Where's your receipt?" She said, "Oh, I lost my receipt, but I'll show you the cashier that purchased it for me." So she pointed to the cashier, and the cashier waved to him and said, "Yeah, she paid for the TV." The guard at the door said, "Nah, that's not good enough that she just do that. I need to see a receipt for the TV that you bought." She said, "Man, she just told you I bought the TV." She just pushed past him and went on to her car. So by the time she gets to her car with her daughter, she puts her daughter in the car. She calls this brother over to help her put the TV in the car. Just as they go to put the TV in the car, this white cop, female cop, pulls up on her and said, "Put your hands up, put your hands up." You suspected of stealing this TV and all. She's like, "Miss, I didn't take the TV. I didn't take the TV." And then the cop, the female cop, And they said she already had a reputation of being overly aggressive. And then she grabbed the mother with the TV. She grabbed her arm, twisted her arm, threw her down to the ground, got on top of her, and began to choke her. And her 6-year-old daughter is in the car, panicking. Her 6-year-old daughter knew that her mother had a firearm in the car. The 6-year-old daughter went and got the firearm, took the safety off the firearm, got out the car, and pointed the gun at the female white cop and said, "Get the hell off." Her mother had passed out at that time from this white girl choking her to death. And she said, "Get off my mother. Get off my mother." The white cop turned around, faced the daughter, saw she had a gun in her hand, reached for her service weapon, and the young girl shot her in the eye. Blew the white cop away. Of course, all the alarms go on. Cops come out of everywhere. They arrested the mother and the daughter. Arrested both of them. Got down to the precinct, got into the lawyers and everything. The judge said, "I'm dismissing all charges on this little girl and on the mother," because they eventually, of course, went back into Walmart and pulled up the receipt off of the computer register and then pulled the receipt and said she paid for the TV. On top of that, the white cop had choked her mother out. Mother was unconscious. So the judge said the girl was justified in blowing that cop away. But of course, you know, she's going to be traumatized from now on. But that's the other side. Once again, enough, you terrorize them enough, they're going to lose the fear of you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? In some of these major cities, man, you got some cats. I don't know if they're criminals or not, but I know this much. I know they ain't scared of the cop. Because I hear about how they shooting the cop. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. Like the problem with an abusive nation like America on us is they don't never think that they gonna condition the people to do something different. But that white girl lost her life by a 6-year-old, and it was justified. There it is. Y'all found it. Oh, damn, y'all got it.
That is amazing.
That little baby girl right there smoked a police officer. What city is it in? I forgot what city it was. Michigan. That little girl right there and saved, and the judge said she saved her mother's life because the cop was choking her mother. She was already unconscious and she was still choking her. So she was going to kill her mother if that little girl didn't pull that firearm on.
And my cousin,
Yeah.
This little girl showed more bravery, you know what I'm saying, than the average cat that see their brothers get choked out.
Right.
And stand there and don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
A 6-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this brotherhood. You know, you ain't choking my brother out in front of me.
Right.
I'm gonna stand there and
You're
pray and cry and say, get off of them. None of that. You know what I'm saying? That day I'm gonna have to die. You know what I mean? So big up to the sister.
And listen, and that's her mugshot. This is after she smoked the cop.
Right.
She still had her pigtails and all that was in place. You know what I'm saying?
If I may, she need to be put on a t-shirt.
Yeah. As a house that we need to put on the wall.
Yeah, as a hero.
As a hero. She in there with the pigtails on there like, yeah. Not that we want to celebrate killing a cop, but when you create a war against the Lord's chosen people, they can't help but be happy that the Lord allows some revenge for the evil that you do. And this empire is full of evil. And this is why now is not the time to cow down to them.
Damn right.
Now's the time to tell the empire exactly who and what the hell they doing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't care if he taking out enemies of ours.
Right.
I don't care if he coming down on the FBI.
Right.
I don't care what he doing up there in that government. He should have been stripped that thing to the bone. The question is now that once he strip it to the bone from all of the thievery, is he gonna give blacks and Latinos their portion? I think not. I think not. I think they're gonna continue to rob us like they've been robbing us for so long. So anything that come back from the Lord, it just come back. So baby Judith, you know, she's a gunslinger. Hell, what can I say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Please.
Please, Michael, sir, if I could. Too, what the generals was bringing out was so heavy. It's the Black History Month, so-called, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where so-called black Negroes, you know what I mean? We want to love Martin Luther King and everything he stood for. And he wants us to join together with these animals that did this to us, you know what I'm saying? And the FBA that talk crazy about La Raza when, you know what I'm saying, they don't talk about this. They don't talk anything bad about what goes on with police brutality in the Black community, but they want to talk about the Hispanic brothers. Now, how about we just, you know what I mean, love Black and Hispanics instead of hating, instead of loving the white man and his money. You understand? For the stuff your own pockets.
Well said.
Listen, you right. Give it up. Let me ask if I can add one more thing too, Mom. Like anybody that don't understand the Black and brown connect, you haven't studied any history. Like when you gonna get out the history book you getting in high school and get in the history book called What Happened with Blacks and Latinos and Native Indians right here in this country. We had all kind of revolutionaries, all kind of separatists. You understand? I was shocked when I went down to San Antonio and found out that the whole Alamo started because the tribe of Issachar was trying to protect Black people who was trying to run from the slave catchers. And the slave catchers rolled up on Issachar and tried to tell them they got to get the slaves up. And Issachar and Gad got together and said, man, bump that. We ain't giving them up. And went to war with that Edomite. And you understand? And took his ass down to the Alamo. They don't show you that part. They show you the part about him. He was a hero and how they fought to the death and held the fort to the end. And meanwhile, he ain't telling you that they held the fort to the death because they was under attack for attacking Black people. They was under attack for trying to bring Black people across the border from Mexico back into slavery, man. And let me tell you something else too, man. Let me tell you something else. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you better snap the hell out of it. Donald Trump don't have no problem uplifting and pushing up his race. He want the Gulf of Mexico changed to the Gulf of America. He ain't got no problem with that. He got no problem with calling African nations, what do you call them? Dirty shitholes.
That's right.
He got no problem calling them dirty shitholes. He got no problem saying he want to get rid of all the Mexicans because they're a bunch of rapists. He got no problem with none of that. He got no problem saying that the airline crashed because of DEI, so-called Blacks and Latinos, when the DEI appointments was military veterans of all races who they were trying to give jobs as a air traffic controller. And these is the so-called, ex-military. But he ain't got no problem saying none of that. And so why the hell we got to have a problem addressing, coming out with, and coming together with our brothers and sisters? Like, why I got to kowtow now my voice when this bastard is all across the world promoting white supremacy? You know how many white boys, man, is joining white supremacist groups? How many of them cats was on the fence? You understand? And he let the Proud Boys in them out. He let all them devils in the street, which made them feel like they was Teflon. Like you ain't got nothing to worry about. You gonna ride on these niggas. You gonna ride on these Hispanics and Native Indians. And if it get too stinky, you gonna get a pardon from the president. He ain't had no problem riding on that. So why the hell we gotta have a problem riding on what's right? You understand? That's why I brought out that story. I hope everybody saw that tape that I dropped about that 18-year-old revolutionary right here in Chicago.
Right.
The story was amazing. He looked like a baby. He looked like a baby, had an army with him, standing up against Esau. And a lot of you don't understand. You old foundational fools, and the rest of you out there, you don't understand when our back was against the wall, who was down with us. and how much we needed each other to come up against this beast. We were just talking the other day about how during the riots in the 60s, they straight up brought the military in. The streets was lined with tanks. That was a civil war. They like to say it was a riot. It was a riot. That's what you was bringing out. Like Malquad, you was bringing out how they like to say it was a riot.
Right.
But it really, when you look at the tape, it was a revolution. It was a war of independence.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it wasn't no riot. They brought in the military, and we was fighting the military out because we was trying to get free from this beast, man. Like to get his neck, his knee off of our neck. You understand? He don't appreciate nothing that we did to make his empire great. Right. He don't appreciate no inventions. He don't appreciate our inventions in surgery. Right. He don't appreciate our inventions in propulsion, in power. You understand? He don't appreciate our contribution in the warfares. You brought out a hell of a story the other day when you brought out that story. That's a must read, that a must watch, that class you taught the other day up New York, where you brought out how if it wasn't for Roosevelt's wife, none of the brothers would have been ever recognized that was part of them red tail. Damn right. And turn around, come to find out they didn't lose one. That's a hell of a team. Your team go up in the air out, and they don't give a damn if they die. They not losing the mission that they set on. They gonna get every plane to its bombing destination. And you don't bring that out, man. And you lie about that. And you downplay that. You don't bring out how you would have lost the war. Let me tell you something. The United States Navy would have been wiped out if not for the tribe of Benjamin in the Caribbean.
That's right.
Because the U-boats, for those you don't know, those are short submarines that the Germans had in the 40s. They call U-boats. They ride under the water and they come up and fire on you and dip back down under the water. They had torpedoes and they were faster than a ship. So they could go everywhere and hard to detect because they were so small. So the U-boats was kicking Esau's ass and specifically destroying the British Navy, who today is the biggest Navy in the world. The British Navy was getting their ass kicked. And what did they do? They went to the Caribbean to hide their ships to be repaired and refueled. And the Caribbean islands mined the whole island. The whole time you came into the islands and out, they had the whole thing mined. And when the U-boats dipped into there, they was blowing them up left and right. So they couldn't get away from the bombs that they had under the water. And the British ships was able to park their ships, get repaired, refuel, re-get food, and go back out to fight them. And they eventually beat them U-boats. So don't tell me, man, you don't appreciate our contribution. Right. Yet we got to bridle our tongue. We got to be the one always seeking love from this animal. Right. We got to seek love from him when we doing everything for it. We ain't we ain't fought no war for ourselves.
Right.
What war we fought for ourselves? None. We ain't battled nobody for ourselves.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Even the Panthers and all them different groups, they didn't arm up and go straight up to war. Few of them did. Symbionese army and all them type of cats. Weather Underground and them. You had a few, but it wasn't no real battle.
Right.
So when you gonna appreciate what we've done? Never. So why the hell can't we appreciate what was done for us? Once again, I said this before. The Project 6, I'm gonna come up off it now. Project 1611 or 1911, what is it called? 1619. Project 1619. All the history of Black people and the times we came up against the evil should be given to us just as much as all of the propaganda that's given to us to make us think we only was a hero when we went and let the white man beat us till his hands was bloody, till he couldn't beat us no more, and then finally had to accept us. Like that's our legacy and our history in this place.
Right.
You if you a nigga, you go get beat to piss. And so much so that somehow the white man say, oh, all right, come on, man. Even though I don't want you here. Like that's not who we are. Right. It's not our history, man. You understand? That's damn near saying you gotta not love yourself just to do the will, just to be a part of the empire. And make no mistake, right now, America is requiring black men, Latino men, and Native Indian men to become homosexual to be accepted in this kingdom, man.
That's right.
You want a high-paying job in entertainment and a high-paying job as an actor, high-paying job as a news anchor, high-paying job in these corporations, they requiring that you effeminize yourself, man. Damn that, man. Salak, I yield.
You die.
Move on to the plane story, sir.
Please. I believe now we're going to go stories. You got it? Go ahead.
Comic-Con, sir. 5 remain hospitalized after a jet crashed in Philadelphia, killing 7.
I mean, this was ridiculous. I lost count in my phone. They keep coming up in my phone. There was another one, I think, yesterday in Houston, another plane malfunction. Another one in South Korea. I mean, they're happening everywhere. Planes are having to land because the engines are failing. Smoke, the damn thing just catches on fire. I believe I sent you a few of those stories today, you died. I mean, you can look on your phone. I'm sure they're coming up on your feed about the people out who the Most High just saved their life because the plane engine went on them right before they were about to take off. The plane engine went on them right as the plane was landing. Like, these are things that have been traditionally reliable. Traditionally, things that never fail. One airplane pilot said he came over the loudspeaker as the engine blew. As he got the plane on the ground, he said, "I've been a pilot for 35 years. This is the first time I've ever lost an engine." Well, this is what will become normal in America because you decided that you chose racism and hatred over competent government.
Yes.
You chose that. This is what you wanted. Rockefeller, why you ever shot?
Right, sir.
You wanted it. There was something Donald Trump offered you that was more important than having a competent government. It was more important to you, and you got it. A feeling that you chose over having a reliable pilot, a reliable air traffic controller, because to have a reliable pilot, you're going to need a black or Hispanic one. To have a reliable air traffic controller, you're going to need a VACTO in that air traffic control center. You're going to need that up there, but you don't like how that feels. So you preferred incompetence that allowed you to feel superior. You got it. You have it. Look up. Look up, because they're falling out the sky.
That's right.
Because it is dangerous for the first time in 40 years to fly. For the first time in 40 years. For 40 years, it's been more dangerous to drive than it is to fly. For 40 years. Now, finally, that's going to change. Congratulations. Hey, let me ask you a question, Donald Trump out there. Donald Trump lovers. Is America great yet? Is it happening? I'm waiting for it to happen. How much are eggs? These old tyrants that govern me how to watch how much money I spend. These tyrants, I couldn't even make some brownies the other day. Why? Because the eggs is $20 a damn carton. Eggs are so goddamn expensive, you can't make anything. You got to go out and budget making a goddamn omelet. Is America great yet? I'm waiting for it to get great because the eggs seem like that they're expensive as hell. It seems like there's no food. Tell the brother what you were telling me earlier about the supermarkets.
Oh, Con, sir. My slavery, I slaved in a warehouse, and Issachar was not messing around. Normally, our produce deliveries, is ran by Issachar, and they usually get there around 6:05 when I get there. That load did not get there today until around about 1:45. And it was not Issachar, it was Esau that brought it in.
You going to the supermarket out, the load that's supposed to be there first thing in the morning is getting there at 2 o'clock. And everybody's sitting around scared to death that the food just might not come in. White people, is America great yet?
Right.
I'm waiting for it to happen. Seems like the food is running out. It seems like the factories are shutting down. It seems like that no one is showing up to work on the farms.
Right.
No one is coming. The farmer, the white man over the farm is going, well, no one showed up today. I'm waiting for America to get great. It's taking a little time, though. It don't seem like it's getting great, sir. It don't seem great still. Please, sir.
General, you so right. You so right. See, they think that they're gonna put enough of us in slavery to make up for what they getting ready to cut off. But they doing the greatest disaster they could ever do to their empire. Because, brother, without the tribe of Issachar, I mean, I don't know how anybody functions on this planet. I went to Home Depot this morning, brother. I roll up in Home Depot, and Home Depot was like a ghost town. You don't got Issachar to come up in there and get them contracts going and repair that house. It's going to hell. The white boys are not going to do it. They'll cut a little grass for you, but they can't handle that business like that tribe of Issachar. You know what I mean? And some of those other tribes, like them brothers they are worthy of their hire. You know what I'm saying? Like they worthy of their hire, but yet you cut them off, and you really cut them off because the tribe of Issachar has the blueprint to outperform America.
That's it.
They got the blueprint on how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And they know this, and they don't want anybody to come along and outperform them. And the tribe of Issachar, they ain't going for that. They gonna work hard regardless. I mean, all the abuse that they take, all the disrespect that they take, they get disrespected, and you know what? They get disrespected just like an Israelite in this respect. Issachar been getting disrespected by Esau, and then the other nations join in and they start disrespecting. And then it gets so bad that even the other tribes start to disrespect them.
Right.
You know what I mean? They going into Mexican restaurant and disrespecting them. You know what I mean? They going in different shops where they at and talking to them any kind of way when you know they come from the same hoods that you come from. You supposed to be at the water. You supposed to be handling that the same exact way. Thank you. You know what I mean? But what do we do instead? Instead, we disrespect them. But that's okay.
Right.
That's absolutely okay. Yeah, right. Because once again, they are of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right. Yeah, right.
And you're going to remove them like boy, oh boy, this is so classic. It's so classic in that you're going to remove them, and then the minute you remove them and try your stupid ass plan, all of your shit is gonna go south.
That's right.
It happens in every empire. Go check every empire. They get so puffed up with the slaves that they say, we don't need them. We get rid of them.
Right.
And then you go to get rid of them, and your whole empire falls apart. Right. And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen right now. And even the slaves, you think you're gonna put these brothers in prison, and they're gonna fulfill that position that these brothers have fulfilled, and they're not gonna do it. They are not gonna do it. It's going to backfire, and it's just gonna be a damn mess. And it'll all be, and here's what's so amazing. Every single thing that you see happening right now in Donald Trump's administration is all one big ego trip. Oh. He ain't even doing this for no reason. He's already a billionaire. He don't really care about the country that much.
Right.
And if he did care about the country, when he put the tariffs on, why did he put poor-ass Mexico with 25% and rich-ass China with 10%?
Right.
All the wealth that China got, he give them 10% tariff. But Mexico, poor as hell, he give them 25% tariff.
Right.
He give Canada 25% tariffs, who been his ally. China ain't his ally. Canada been their ally. But yet they gonna hit Canada with 25% and give only 10% to China. So you ain't really tough. You playing tough.
Right.
You playing tough because you on your own ego trip, and this will run on for as long as this clown is in office, and the rest of them clowns that's up in there as well. And they'll just keep trying to be more and more cruel to the Lord's chosen people. But get down all you want, because the Most High said, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. That's what the Lord said. You understand? So The Lord said, "Here is the patience of the saints." You can act like you want to act with the Lord's chosen all you want, but you're gonna get the brunt of what it is that you've been dishing out. You're gonna get it right back. So that's it. I yield. Please get down.
If I may, General, just real quick, I just wanted to say, like, I hate for sure to see what my Hispanic brothers is going through. You know what I mean? But of course, like you was bringing out, General, it's time for the white man to be introduced to the God of the Hispanics.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He's been able to rule in this earth for a very long time. That's right. Beat us down, blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, and now, like y'all always bring out, General, it's time for us to turn back to the Most High and get that moral compass that we so need, so the Most High can crush this empire, man.
Right.
You understand? So of course we all hate, you know, what's happening to our Hispanic brothers, but now he got to get introduced to the God of Israel.
Yes, he did.
Because we've been worshiping their God.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they caught hell for worshiping their
Listen,
God. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
if I could,
no,
Jack,
you got it, sir.
Lord knows the tribe of Issachar done worship they Roman Catholic God. Like who worships the Roman Catholic Church more than Issachar?
Damn right.
And he giving Issachar the biggest brunt.
Right or
wrong.
And
let me tell you something else, if I can add to what you're saying,
please,
Jack. Let me tell you something. Every brother, every of all the tribes, you should, as much as they are demonizing our Latino brothers, you should be more conscious of our Latino brother. You should be conscious to make you are sitting in the restaurant, you got a Latino waiter, be conscious to pay that tip more.
Right.
You going through the door and a Latino sister coming through with her children, be more conscious to hold that door. Be more conscious to be more polite. And let everybody around see it. Let everybody around see that you coming up against that spirit of treating them like hell.
That's right.
You understand? And listen, for the Lord said this, abhor not an Edomite, for you are a stranger in the land. Well, guess what? Right now, the tribe of Issachar is being treated like a stranger in this land. You understand? And they dipping and they looking around and trying to avoid this monster machine that he's unleashed on them. Now's the time to be more polite to them. Now's the time to, it's damn near like it's part of fighting in the spirit.
That's right.
Like the nicer you are to Issachar is show you that you defiant to this spirit that's out here. Because the majority of our people is getting caught up in it.
That's right.
They see more of a opportunity to treat the tribe worse.
Exactly.
They see they down.
Exactly.
So now they're gonna treat them worse.
Exactly.
They're gonna join in with Esau
to
treat them a certain way. When what we're supposed to do is do the reverse.
That's right.
And push that spirit out more of love and care for them, man.
Damn
because that's how these tribes always work. That's how our brotherhood and righteousness and unification of tribes, that's how it also works. So why should we stop now because some rich Edomite sitting in the White House decide he gonna racially profile our brothers and target them to try to destroy them?
Right.
Damn that, man.
Damn right.
If I could, General, it's just like how when the Mosai was dealing with Pharaoh and he hardened Pharaoh's heart, Pharaoh couldn't see the evil of his ways. Like, this land is not considering the latter end of what they do. They just left out of having all them fires in California, right? The neighborhoods got burned down. There was rich, affluent neighborhoods, right? Like, you're not considering the latter end of what you do to us. You keep doing these things, and the Lord keep answering you. He keep answering you. Brother, give me Isaiah 47 real fast. I think verse 7.
Hey, Hans, can I throw a point in with you?
Yes,
sir. Before you read that, I got to throw this one quick one in too. And let me tell you something. If you ever wanted to match the Bible with today's world, understand this. The attack on the Latino tribes is because one of the main reasons is because they outperforming in babies. They don't go to abortion clinics.
Right.
They ain't frequenting that. And so they having these children, which is frightening the hell out of Esau.
Damn right.
Now, all you got to do, you ain't got to be that spiritual in this time because the handwriting is right in front of you. All you got to do is go back to Egypt and read how they became afraid of us because we were so many and
right,
decided to use it against us to try to destroy us. And if this ain't what's happening biblically right before our eyes, I don't know what the hell is.
right.
They said in 2010, they was talking about how the Latinos would outpopulate everybody else in a certain amount of time. And that's why they're doing what they're doing now, because they want to stop that population, which is exactly what went on then. But here's the thing. Just like what happened back then, the Lord said, the more they afflicted them, the more they increased.
That's right.
And that's what they're getting ready to find out right now. In a minute, you're going to have brothers going across that border to Mexico, buying stuff at dirt cheap, supporting the brothers and sisters that's deported, and they're going to be bringing them goods and services up here and still paying the 25% tariff and still coming off.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Big time.
Damn right.
Like you are not going to stop these 12 tribes. There's nothing they could do about it. The handwriting's on the wall. Salaki, how you?
Come. If I can just read verse 10 of Isaiah 47 real fast. You got it for me, you dying? Because the Lord is telling you something, saying this to you. Like, you doing all this evil to us, right? And you ain't considering the latter end, like how General Commander Johannes brought it out so eloquently in General Mahaim, the Captain required, right? But the Lord got something for you. When they talk about them planes falling in the sky, sir, that's the Lord doing that. Them fires, that's the Most High. Like all these things going on that's detrimental to this kingdom, the Lord is doing that, man. Give me Isaiah 47 and 10.
Connor Wakan, sir, the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
All the evil you're doing. Because of those studies you did and you see us having more babies than you and how Issachar is growing, and all these things going on. So you want to say, okay, we're going to treat them being the bad and evil, right? For you trust in your evil. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan, thou hast said, none seeth me.
Like you act like people don't see what you're doing. Behind the scenes, the thing they trying to get together to come at us, that's why you got the ISUPK. These things we bring out about what's going on with us as prophets of the Lord. You understand? Go ahead.
Connor Wakan, sir, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
It did what, brother?
Perverted thee.
It did what, brother?
Perverted thee.
This wisdom and knowledge that you think you have is perverting your judgment and make you make wrong decisions. Yeah. That's going to destroy your kingdom. And guess who's going to destroy your kingdom? The Lord God of the children of Israel. He's going to destroy your kingdom. You see it happening right now. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan, sir. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Ain't that what Donald Trump saying? That's what he said. In essence, that's what he's saying. He is. Ain't nobody else like us. Nobody else like us. That's what Donald Trump is saying. Well, the Lord got an answer for what's going on with you, man. You better see it. You better understand it, because more things going to happen. And as these things happen, it's happening because of what you're doing to the children of Israel.
All right. That's right.
Kanye West has surprise arrival at Grammys as wife Bianca shocks with nude outfit reveal.
Commander Junior Hanna, did you see this?
I did not.
Yeah, my nigga. This is Kanye West. He was not invited to the Grammys, sir.
Okay.
Came down to the Grammys with his white woman, and she had a mink coat on. So as they're taking his picture on the red carpet, his white wife drops her mink coat, and she is completely naked.
God damn.
Completely naked under the mink coat. And so it's all over the internet. They did not let him in the Grammys because his white woman was naked.
God damn.
Now that's the story. But here's what the story should have been. If I could help the brothers and sisters in the world with this, sir. Kanye West brought a completely naked white woman to the Grammys, and she was not attractive.
Good night.
Because white women, even naked, are not attractive.
Good night.
They're not attractive. No one went, oh my God, damn, look, she's so bad. He bought some bony, disgusting. She looks like a not human, like a plastic woman.
A mannequin.
It's just a hand. Yes, I couldn't verbalize it. A mannequin.
Right.
Like a mannequin in a window naked. Now, you've seen a mannequin in a window with no clothes on, right? Now, no one feels aroused when you see a naked mannequin, right?
God,
Unless you're some weirdo or something like that. But most people, God damn, look at that mannequin. You don't do that. That was this. It was not sexual. It gave no arousal. It was like a plastic woman. And I hope that seeing, for those of you that lust after white women constantly, and you're hoping to get an NBA contract to have the honor of having a white girlfriend one day, now you've seen a naked white woman. So now you know it's not all that.
Yeah.
Nothing. You see it right here. Do you have the video? Can we play the video, Mara?
They got a still shot up. I don't know if you can play the video, can you?
Well, she turned around frontward, sir. Sir, you saw the vagina. You saw the chest. You saw everything. And then she just walked through the place, you know. And that was nothing. You don't have to live your whole life aspiring to be with this thing that is great in your mind because she's been lifted on a pedestal for 200 years. I'm sorry, for 400 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since the Greeks, this white woman is the idea of femininity,
Right.
idea of beauty, the most desirable thing in the world. And there she was naked, and it was nothing to talk about. It was just, it was not a sister naked. I tell you that goddamn much, sir. It wasn't that.
That's right.
It was not a Hispanic sister naked. It wasn't a Levite sister naked. It wasn't that, because that thing is obscene.
Yes.
It's all goes, brother. Ain't nobody even going to the Grammys. They're going where she goes.
Yeah.
Grammys will be wherever she leaves and goes to.
Right. They had to move the red carpet to wherever she at.
Man. You're going to see a woman outside that day. This was some alien thing. Is it human? I don't know. And people were looking at her like she should blink because she looked like dead in the face and not like a real even human being. And is this what I'm supposed to work my whole life to marry this?
Right.
This what I have to pray for and get a basketball deal for and a football deal so I can have sex with this thing that was stripped naked at the, if you ask her to? This broad will just get naked in public because she's told to by schizophrenic Kanye West.
Yeah.
Is this what I got to fight my whole life and become a football player to have? I think she's pretty easy. I just saw her naked. I've seen Donald Trump's wife naked.
Yeah.
I saw her naked.
Yeah.
I Googled it and looked at her naked breast and her vagina and her butt. I've seen Donald Trump's wife naked. It wasn't all that.
That's right.
It wasn't. I didn't feel anything, sir.
Listen, you right.
Go ahead, sir.
And if I could, was I stepping on somebody?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, but it's a real weird, ironic thing in this. Okay, I thank the Lord that these deranged entertainers that get all this money and chase down a white girl, I kind of am glad that they do, because when I read the supposed diary of Kim Porter and Puff Daddy, it made me say, damn, the Lord need to keep our sisters away from all the deviants in Hollywood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if this was if Kanye West, Yaikwab said unseasoned chicken tenders. Like, because if Kanye West, if he had a proclivity for black women, he would find a black woman to degrade herself and to take and to remove her shame from herself and to be humiliated in that way. And so many other ball players and other entertainers would have done it. And then so much evil goes on behind closed doors that we haven't heard about until Puff Daddy, that now I see that, damn, I wonder if it is a bad idea that they go up into that world and go get that old nasty dog. Go ahead and run trains on her and have all kind of lewd sex with her. And, she's like you said, she's like a mannequin. So it ain't special. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that go on and run with that dog. You want her so bad. You want the Esau's world so bad. I know we don't do that, but in some cases, man, when I read Kim Porter's diary, I said, who could have saved her? If this is true, who could have saved her from the likes of Puff Daddy and all the rest of them? And growing up, I know some of y'all know about this too. Growing up around these drug dealers who became entertainers, they did a lot of horrible things to our sisters. You know what I mean? They had some sisters who was on drugs have sex with their dog and thought it was like a cool thing, like to put their dog down and get him some. And it'll turn a black woman, God's chosen woman, who's set to bring forth the 12 tribes of Israel, to reduce her to a sex animal for a dog. I kind of rather them go out there and take the real dog, and go on and do whatever it is you're gonna do with her, and leave God's women alone, because eventually we gonna hunt you down, and
Yeah.
we're gonna talk to you.
The whole thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right,
We're gonna
man.
pray for you. You know what I mean? So he got that sexual deviance for them white girls. It's best. It like what's her name? Kim Kardashian. Like that's the woman he needed to be with. He needed to be with that woman, because whatever it is he's doing, if he's doing this in front of the public, what is he doing when the door is closed?
Exactly.
What he doing then, and who's doing it with him?
Exactly.
And how many is doing it with him?
Exactly.
What, you know what I'm saying? Like when you don't have spirituality and you come into a lot of money from Esau, you be reaching to try to find some excitement in life, because you're getting everything you want. You buy 20 cars, buy 10 homes, buy up all the liquor you want. You get all the custom-made clothes you want. Then boredom starts to set in. When that boredom starts to set in, you start looking outside the box into deviancy. Now you ready to try sodomy and be a homosexual. You ready to have all kind of lewd sex that you never could have before you came into this kind of money. You start wanting to pay people to have all kind of stuff like Puff Daddy. And you start violating kids that's underage. You start violating other men's wives and the sanctities of their marriages. You start to violate all the things that you shouldn't violate that destroy the human soul.
That's right.
And so I mean, I could imagine the horror stories of our sisters. Every now and then you hear about them, and I could imagine how much more it would be if these ball players in them was involved, and these preachers too. The Martin Luther King tapes told you that. I'm so glad he liked white women, because what he was doing up in that hotel, I hate to say it, you know what I mean? I don't want brothers chasing white women, but Martin, he needed them white women. What he was going to do to them sisters, brother, was, was heinous. You know what I mean? And going to do it in the name of God.
That's right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So let this be a lesson for all our wonderful sisters that seek out a more virtuous way of life. Make sure that you also look at the fact that it's so great that you avoid the nonsense of being sucked in to what entertainers are into and on the level that they into. It's a blessing. If you read Kim Porter's diary, brother, sister, you would thank the Lord that you never became famous. You would thank the Lord, like that sister Jaguar, right? That one is always talking about what's going on.
Yeah.
Like she was a young sister trying to be an entertainer, had some talent, went up in there, and she said she was underage and all that. Between Jay-Z and everybody else, they turned her into that.
Right.
She's just one of a few survivors. You understand? So Lord knows what the hell she experienced under these brothers, because again, if you don't have a higher power, if you can't look up, no matter how much wealth and power you have, you read in them scriptures, those men of God had wealth and power, but no matter how much they had, they always looked at the Most High as greater. They looked at the Most High as from a position of them having to be obedient to the Most High.
That's right.
And what happens with these entertainers is they become stupid. And they start to believe that they are the ones that have done this, that they are so great.
That's right.
They don't realize this comes from the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
The bloodline of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
They ain't seeing none of that. They just seeing that they great. And so, of course, if you great, you got to keep finding things to do that affirm your greatness.
That's right.
So you're going to get into all kind of sexual deviance. You're going to follow the white man because he's ruling.
Right.
You're going to follow him all into the darkness he in.
That's right.
Thinking that's the higher level.
Right.
That's why Jay-Z and them, you see them in there with them ceremonies and
Yeah.
splattering blood on the wall and all that.
Yeah,
and you know, making cakes out of bodies and all that they doing because they trying to aspire to the highness of Esau, which is demonology.
Real talk.
Which is why we can't be a part of that, man. We always got to put the Most High first.
That's right.
They don't have to do that. So let him have that little mannequin, man, that little robot he got sitting there. Because really, the white woman is the first AI robot. She was that first AI robot before the robot came out.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
If I may, John,
please, Cap.
I just want to say, like cats like Kanye West and Jay-Z that make it successful in the white man's world is proof what the Lord said in the scriptures, where the Lord say, love not the world.
Yeah.
Because loving his world, you see that you ain't gonna get into nothing but sexual deviance.
Yeah.
And you get so rich and famous that it ain't even in you to go back and help your people. Me and Iowa Long was talking about this earlier, how entertainers get rich and never come back and help their people. Like I couldn't imagine being a billionaire or having 500 million, come back around my family and don't have envelopes full of money to give to them, knowing the struggle that they've been to. Right. So being in the white man's world just make you totally disgusted.
Yeah.
Knowing that, we got to create our own world, General. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I thank you for holding on to this truth. Because the world of the ISUBK is the most beautiful world that's out there. If you ain't never heard of Commander Jenny Hunter and the UPK, appreciate it. You need to spread this word, you know what I mean, with passion, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to create our own world, man. Create a world where if we do obtain riches, we still have the moral compass to be able to have the brotherhood.
Yeah.
The sisterhood.
Exactly.
Care for our children, you know what I'm saying? Damn, can we have our own, you know what I'm saying? Seek for our own land, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to compromise our self-integrity to get along with white people, man.
Jesus.
This is insane. Salaki.
Which they never gonna give it up, y'all. Which they never gonna acquiesce to the goodness that we do for them. I read that Elon Musk cut a program. You want to hear this? Elon Musk cut a program that Esau had going on that was $35 million. And guess what the program was for? To study how geese perform with sunglasses and whether they should invest in a form of geese sunglasses so that the geese can, function more in their habitat. Geese, quacking geese. They spent $35 million on it. That's a man that don't care about human beings. You know what I mean? And he named a bunch of other ones too that was like ridiculous. You know what I mean? Stuff that they doing. And all it is some congressman got some wildlife area full of geese and he wants some money. So he get $35 million. He give it to his buddies. They in turn work that thing back around to him. And he could give a damn about the constituents that's up under him that he's supposed to be taking care of.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
Damn
Like an empire like that, brother. He gonna just starve everybody to death. So like, I yield. Go ahead, General.
Go ahead. You got it. All right. You die.
God, so right. And listen, Muhammad brought out a good point. And just because Elon Musk cut the 35 million, make no mistake, he don't give a damn neither. Like Elon Musk ain't doing nothing but serving his own ego. Like he just want to look like he's super bad. In a minute, Donald Trump will have to get rid of him because their egos will be bumping each other. In a minute, Donald Trump will have to throw him out too, because it'll be clear that this is the reason that he's even, doing what the hell he's doing. So they just a mess. They just a mess, and they not motivated by nothing righteous.
Right.
Which is why we got the mess we have. I salak right here.
Khan, sir. Mexico agrees to deploy 10,000 troops to U.S. border in exchange for tariff pause.
So, sir, do you want to go into it?
Your call, General.
Oh, please. I would mind if you did, sir.
Okay. First of all, it's so evil. It was so evil to put a 25% tariff on Mexico in the poverty that Mexico is in. Right. So Esau is straight up using economic warfare to crush these countries that's around him. And that's why they quickly acquiesced and said, okay, we'll send 10,000 soldiers to the border. Right. And the 10,000 soldiers is, of course, to stop the rest of the tribes in Central and South America, where they have raped, robbed, and murdered down to the bone. They robbed and murdered the other Latino tribes so bad that the Latinos is complaining about how they want to rob the damn Amazon jungle. The Amazon jungle, the Latinos and even the scientists are saying, don't steal the Amazon because there's all kind of plants and stuff down there that we're trying to discover every day to get medicines and all that. But these greedy bastards, they can't help themselves. Amazon got trees and woods and land. They want to rob the entire thing. So after robbing all those countries, now all them countries are on their way, all those brothers and sisters on their way trying to get up to the United States where the damn money is at. So now Mexico can put 10,000 troops on the border, which means they're not going to be able to cross the border. And before you know it, it'll just be a worse situation because it'll destroy Mexico's economy. It's going to really destroy Mexico's economy, in one way for a good way, because they're going to cut the drugs off. Right. They'll stop the drugs from coming across, but they'll also stop the other tribes from coming across, which means they're going to create a big mess at that border. But he's getting his way because he's using economic leverage on these other nations. You know what I mean? I want to see how Canada gonna perform. Right. He hit them with that 25% tariff, almost slam dunked him. Canada. So now they going in there, trying to scramble. Canada came up with their tariffs and and some black women's politicians told Trudeau, you need to just turn off the electricity in New York because New York gets their electricity from Canada. If they wanted to, they could just throw the switch and shut all of New York down.
Dang.
which man, that's what some people are calling for, which would take New York into hell.
That's right.
And be an economic, thing against him. But listen, like Adolf, he's operating just like Hitler did. Like Hitler wants to take over all the territory he could and get control of the known world. And brother, that is exactly why he's talking to Greenland and all the other tribes in the Caribbean and Mexico and all that. He is going to be a greedy conqueror, just like his forefathers were. Salaki, you want to say something? Can he be heard? Can he be heard? Go ahead.
So like I said, if I could, when you were saying about Canada, I just wanted to say I read an article today where Canada is already responding to America and the tariffs.
Yeah.
And so what they've done is they've taken some top brands of American liquor that were popular in Canada and well selling, and they've banned them in Canada. And they're also seeking to ban other products that were profitable to America out of their market and completely ban them off the market. So Canada is also starting to respond against America and to turn against America. And they've been one of their most ancient allies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and if I could, that goes straight back to the biblical Maya, where the Lord said, they that are confederate with thee have brought thee to the border. And that's exactly what's going on with them in Canada. They confederate, been confederate for years, but now they're bringing their ass to the border. It's gonna be wonderful to see y'all.
Damn right.
Like a tree stump gonna be worth a lot of money when that heat get cut off. All them white boys that know how to take them trees and turn them into coals, bag them up. Oh, you're gonna love them. They're gonna be riding through with a whole pickup truck full of that tree coal. Selling it by the bag, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be wonderful for white people to now get a taste of the abuse and the brutality that they have forced blacks and Latinos to suffer in the middle of their cities, which could have easily been resolved. They could have easily shut down the drug market and the murder market in the United States and given brothers power over their own neighborhood. Right. Since the 60s and 70s, they made it their business to make sure that we had no power in our neighborhood.
That's right.
That we own almost no real estate, no businesses, no chains of businesses, nothing. They wanted to make sure that never happened. They want you, only doing slave work. But now they gonna get to feel what it's like. They're gonna get to feel what it's like to live on the edge, never knowing, how your life is gonna turn out month to month. They're gonna know what it's like. You know what I mean? By the hand of the Lord.
Good to go, sir. I believe that's our time, sir, unless you wanted to go over something else.
Oh, that's our time? Oh, okay. That went quick. I thought we had at least another bullet. Real quick. Hey, listen, let me tell everybody one thing, though, man. You got the Passover coming up April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia, man. Big time, throwing it down. I just found out from Pat McCall that he's got more brothers performing during the Passover as well, so they'll be performing for the Black Party.
That last part, you went low on that last part.
Okay, Salaka, that I just heard from Cap McCall at the Passover itself. So you're gonna have performances at the Black Party, performances at the Passover. It's gonna be in Atlanta. It's gonna be off the chain.
Damn right.
Plus, it needs to be a day where let me tell you something. The theme of this Passover needs to be Issachar.
Damn right.
That need to be the theme of this Passover. We're gonna come together and show that tribe that we ain't throwing no tribes away. You know what I mean? And if you want to ever understand the brotherhood, when the tribe of Benjamin resisted turning over them Sodomites, the whole nation of Israel had to go to war with them to get them Sodomites out of our nation. And when they had went to war with the tribe of Benjamin, they had made a pact and said, we will not let the tribe of Benjamin go have our women no more. We're going to cut them off. And the tribe of Benjamin said, man, we one of the tribes. How y'all going to cut us off?
Right.
And they said, well, we're going to go to the tribe of Issachar, and we're going to let you have those Issacharite women and rebuild up the tribe of Benjamin, which also proof that the man carries the seed. But the point being that that the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Judah, and the tribe of Benjamin came together to save a tribe from being extinct, because they was about to become extinct. And they just went to war with that tribe.
Right.
They could have said, damn that, we ain't never dealing with y'all.
Right.
But they didn't. They said, nah, they wanted the tribe, they part of the chosen. We can't let them go. So they went and made sure that tribe was able to come back. Well, guess what? They coming up against the tribe of Issachar. We gonna support the tribe of Issachar in any way that we can that's good and right with the Most High.
That's right.
And so this year we're gonna be talking about the tribe of Issachar. I'm gonna give me some real Issacharite wild in the street, man. I'm pulling up some ancient shit.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? From them old
That's
ancient revolutionaries. I'm gonna be rocking some old. Y'all gonna be like, he looking weird in here tonight. I'm gonna have on that good Issachar beads and all that good shit. I'm bringing feathers. Y'all gonna see me. I'm gonna be a mess. You understand? This year's Passover, because we don't have the power to battle these heathens that seek our lives every day.
Right.
But we do have the power to care for these tribes and pray for these tribes and call on the Most High and bring forth kind acts for every brother and sister that is under the oppression. We do have the ability to understand oppression. We went through it ourselves.
Right.
We still going through it. But we have the ability to have empathy whenever one tribe is down. And here's the thing. Let the world see that all 12 tribes will work together to make sure no tribe gets taken out.
Right.
And they will have a problem on their hands. And they'll have to negotiate across 12 tribes before they can make any other move. And make no mistake, all 12 of them tribes come together. They the most powerful force on the face of this earth. I don't care what nobody got on this earth. They'll never be more powerful than what the Lord does. So join us April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia for the Lord's Passover. Tickets is running, hotel rooms where we're at is running out just as fast as they get them. It's running out now. We got at the spot we in now. They got to take out another wall. They took out 2 for us. Then they found out, no, it's not enough. So they took out a 3rd wall. Now they saying it's still not enough because you're getting too many people. Now we're going to take out a 4th wall.
Damn
so
right.
Then the 4th wall, that's it. They ain't got nothing else after that. If it go past 4 walls, we standing room only for this year's fast. I'm telling you that right now.
Damn right.
We ain't going to be able to be inside the building after a while anyway.
Damn
so
right.
I hope everybody comes out. Of course, you know me. I'm always chasing them dollars. It's a nonprofit. We get no government funding. Ain't nobody doing nothing under the table to get no money. We don't sell drugs. We don't sell guns. We ain't doing no crime. The Israelite School of UPK is totally financed by the $50 that comes out your pocket, out of the kindness of your heart that you drop in this school for tithes. That's how we eat. That's how we build. That's how we get our garments. That's how we teach the truth. That's where this microphone come from, this cell phone, that camera. That's where it comes from. The menorah, everything you see here, that's where it comes from. So you gotta love this truth enough to make it your obligation to say, I'm gonna make sure I'm getting my piece into the Israelite school so it can be supported.
Damn right.
Pay your tithes. You know you gotta pay your tithes. 10% of your income, pay your tithes. Support all our schools across the board. You understand? Keep us going. We've been on the air. This show here has been on the air since 2007. This is the return of Black Watch. I ran the Black Watch way back in the early 90s. We brought it back in 2007. It's been going from 2007 to now. How many years is that? 7, 3, 10, 10, and 10 is 20. That's 13. Add 5, 18 years. We've been running 18 years on this show alone, and it's been rocking and rolling and waking up brothers and sisters all over the world. So support us in this, man. I want to give a big shout out to them super duper heavy hitters coming up out of New York and Philly. Big shout out to General Muhammad. Give it up, y'all. Big shout out to Hazayan up in the building holding it down. You understand? I'm out here in Chi-Town doing it up. I got the Midwest Monster of Mayhem up in the building with me. The hell of a brother, man, doing amazing work throughout the Midwest, man. I got the fashionista himself. You understand? This cat taking over all the fashion in all Israel. What kind of bullshit is this? Officer Yaradon in the building. You understand? Oh, I ain't got one on. I thought I had one on tonight. I ain't even got nigga university rules. You understand? He up in the building holding us down. Of course, no doubt, not even the least by a long shot, is the badass crew that been doing this Black Watch so long. Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibad Hayah, and Officer Mathumya. Listen, fam, the brotherhood and the sisterhood must reign on. Now's the time to remember the brotherhood, bring it together, old school, new school, whatever. Bring it back together. ISUPK, One West, you know how we do. We need each other now.
Damn right.
There ain't no doubt about it. We need each other absolutely right now. So let's do it. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK, fam. Shalom.
Damn right.
Practice Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover, 2025. Starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's flag. April the 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. And no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the kingdom of man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Love.